Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we got a couple things to do. First, I want to reflect on the month so far and see how much I made in premium selling options on some different stocks. And then secondly, I want to show you an example of when selling a covered call goes correctly. And before we get started, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. I've been documenting me trying to sell some options for some extra income, and we're getting close to 2,000 subscribers, so I really do appreciate it if you do decide to subscribe. And I also have a course. It's pretty affordable for beginners when it comes to selling options. If you want to learn all the basics and help out the channel, go check it out. It'll be linked down below. Much appreciated. So for this month, I'm looking at in premium thus far $2,908. And I use this spreadsheet to track all of the options I sell just so I can get a view of how much I actually made and if it's making sense what I'm doing. And really it's to hold myself accountable as well. And what I did is I went ahead and I grouped by ticker symbol. And surprisingly, the SPY was the ticker of the most money I've made in premium selling options. So if we go ahead and look at the sum of all of the different premiums that I got from selling options over the month, which actually were all covered calls, $1,042 so far this month. I have one more, but it's expiring the last day of the month. So this will likely, if I don't buy to close, this will likely be the total for the month. Next, you're probably thinking, if you're a viewer of the channel, that SoFi is probably number 2 at $731 because I have a lot of SoFi and I've been trading a lot of options or selling a lot of options on SoFi in the last month. And yes, this is a big number. It's been a combination of puts and calls that I've been selling. The calls that I've been selling have primarily just been for income, not so much for me to try to get rid of the stock. But surprisingly, no, actually Robinhood was number 2 in terms of ticker symbols that I've sold options on, making the most income in premium. So $928 I made in premium selling options on Robinhood. This is a combination of puts and calls as well, lately mostly calls. And once again, I've just been selling calls on Robinhood for income primarily, not so much to sell the shares and do the wheel strategy, at least not yet. And to show you an example of when a covered call goes in your favor, I want to show a recent call that I sold on Robinhood this week. I had 100 shares extra of Robinhood, and I decided to sell a call when Robinhood went up close to $50 a share. I think it was 49 something at the time. And I sold this one expiring this week, and I made $64 in premium from selling this call. If we remember, if Robinhood were to go above $52 a share, then this call that I sold would be in the money, and the purchaser of this call could exercise their right to purchase 100 shares of Robinhood from me at $52 a piece. And because I capped my gains at $52 a share by selling this call, I made some premium for doing so, because I'm putting myself in a position of risk, and that's why I made $64 in premium. And now you can see it's actually gone down in value since I sold it. When you sell a covered call, that's what you want. And same with a put. When you sell a put, you want that to depreciate over time. And this sure did, because now it's worth $10 instead of the $64 that I was paid for it. Meaning that if I were to buy to close and pay $10 just to get this off my books, I would have made an 84% return from the premium. And $54 is what I would put in my pocket. Initially, I had $64 in my pocket. I'd put up 10 just to close this position, and I'd be left with this 54. And same with a lot of the SoFi options and the call options that I've sold this week, also expiring this week, because SoFi also dipped, and if it continues to stay lower throughout the week, I have the potential of those options expiring worthless too, or if I choose to, buy to close those positions. By the way, I sold this yesterday, so I made $64 yesterday. I could buy to close today, and that would be $54 in one day selling a call on Robinhood. That's a pretty good return if you ask me. And this is one of the reasons people like to sell options, is because of the income aspect that you have when you sell options. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Want to make this brief little update video, and I hope to see you in a future one.